be there. Y'all gonna get me riled up.
All right. Welcome to the. You're gonna have to show up if you want to talk about it. Anyway,
you also got to get Joe.
What's the reparations?
I already told him about this.
Guys, all right. Welcome to the Drexel Freethought Society's weekly podcast. I'm just gonna go completely. I don't like doing the announcements. My name is David Devitt. I'm the president. If you have questions or anything, email us at drexfreethought@gmail.com. Visit us on our website, at our Twitter, on our Facebook. We're absolutely everywhere. Let's just jump right into it. We're doing social status, and this is Horatio's idea, so he's taking lead.
All right, so I guess I'll be running this. So now, introduce yourself.
I'm Dante, the vice president of the Drexel Freethought Society.
I'm Omi.
Yeah, she's that. We got moving over.
After this.
Oh, this is the view?
Uh-huh.
No, we are never being associated.
Your turn now.
Oh, I'm out. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes.
Myself? Okay.
No, it's not a cell phone. It's not us, but
We have somebody.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, we have disembodied voices this week. I'm sorry.
So, as David said, I'm Horatio, and this topic came about from last week when we were talking about privilege. I think someone mentioned a little comment about like social status, and we decided to just run with it for this week. So we'll start like we normally do and define what is social status.
I thought someone gave me a question.
I'm literally just wearing this t-shirt.
Oh.
I'm also wearing pants.
I'm wearing pants too.
I'm not.
Here we go again.
They don't know that.
All right.
All right. So, social status, as far as I understand it, it depends on what you're actually talking about. If you're talking about money, then it would just be socioeconomic status. So like lower income, middle income, high income, super high, you know what I mean. But it could also, but I don't know, if you're not talking about money, like we were talking about in the other room briefly, it could be like, I'm a student, or I'm a teacher, or like a soldier, or something.
Occupation?
Yeah, like occupation could be social status. It could be how...
A title, sort of.
Yeah.
You getting for it? Okay.
I
So,
ain't freaking lazy.
It can be cultural.
So, so I guess the big thing to expand off of this would be what things do we associate with certain titles? Like when you have a student, what do you imagine the thing like? Essentially, how do you stereotype them? That's what it's still into.
How do you stereotype a student?
Yeah.
Poor.
Most students probably shouldn't exist.
Interesting.
I'm not slouching, I'm leaning forward.
Hello.
Just let you know, the male to female ratio is now even.
Ow! Like, for the first time in
I know.
Actually, ever.
That's more often.
And the matches are on the field.
Hey!
Always.
Guys,
Now me, Joe.
I need a gavel.
No fire alarm.
you don't get a gavel. I get a gavel if anybody.
Well, I brought up the idea of a gavel, and you guys looked at me like I'm crazy.
Okay.
If you can produce a gavel, we'll use a gavel.
Alright.
If I have a gavel, I will use the gavel.
Anyway, we are so bad at this.
Wait, pause. Since we have a disembodied voice, could a disembodied voice introduce yourself?
We're getting there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, anyway, yeah, I don't think you have Max. You guys know what
No. I'm Simone Wells. Simone? Yeah, only.
And today's topic is social status.
And we are describing a student. Poor, they slouch.
I like to think there's a thirst for knowledge. Like,
No.
Like that,
I'll get the thirst for cash or something.
no, but that's the thing though, is it changes. Originally a student was, like, I'm solely at college to learn. Like, that used to be the thing.
Well, the way
Now
I
it's completely changed.
The way I see it, I do want to learn, I want to better myself, but eventually I hope to like obtain something from my education, which is to get a good job.
So, alright.
I do like having the knowledge.
The purpose of college, like these days, is like the equivalent of high school degree, like when you were talking about when.
Yeah. Kind of a shame.
So So, aside from then students, when you, since you're talking about careers, so if you say compared to, you want to be a doctor, right?
Yes.
So what do you associate with the social status of being a doctor?
I associate a nice car, a nice sized house, a nice sized salad. Salad? Did you say salad?
I want a nice salad.
I like a nice size salad too.
I don't like salad. I like
That's
steak.
so that word.
That's definitely going against what I was expecting to hear.
I think I know what you're getting at. There's that, okay, I'm going to reference Scrubs because it's the source of all doctor knowledge I have.
I hate scrubs. They're so ugly looking. You can get some designer scrubs.
They do have designer scrubs actually.
Oh. I was talking about the clothes.
They do
I was
have
talking about the
designer
show.
scrubs.
They do?
I'm totally.
Guys,
This is a mess.
okay, so,
That's bad leaders.
yeah, Horatio is running this one. He came up with the idea for the topic, so he's running the show today.
So what were you about to mention on this TV show now?
All right, so on the show Scrubs, there's an episode where Kelso, the chief of medicine, was talking about how doctors used to be viewed as opposed to what they are now. Originally, it was just like, I could walk into a barber shop, get a free haircut, people would be like, women would be swooning as I passed, like that sort of thing.
Really?
Actually, didn't.
Really?
That, like, yeah, like, 60 years ago, doctors were everything. Doctors would make house calls, they were really respecting the community. Now, as Kelso, as Dr. Cox described, they're pretty much walking lawsuits that are completely, walking lawsuit drug dispensaries. That's pretty much what
Yeah,
doctors
but that's not the
do.
doctor's fault. That's just big pharma companies. Like,
No, that's the point, though. That's the point of social
Totally
status.
big promise.
It's social, like I was trying to say before, it's social status is seen as
that's
change.
for all four big pharma. I mean, GSK.
What did you do? Good job at GSK?
No, I don't get one.
Nah, wait for work there.
No, I prefer to, work in a better department. Or just my research program.
So,
Anyway.
Now we're going on another tangent. All right. So the social status associated with doctors has changed over time, right?
Oh, at one point.
I don't know. I don't think it has changed, but I believe so. Doctors
Well, that's not
are
easy.
still, like, out there. Like, they're still making the same amount of money. Like, not the same exact amount, but, like,
So they've kept the wealth side of it.
No, but also the social side. Like, you go and say, oh, I'm a doctor. People are still gonna be like, oh wow, they're a doctor. Like,
Okay.
nobody's gonna be like, oh, you're a doctor. Get the hell out. Like.
So there's
depends
no
what circle of people you're with.
Society that I associate with, they would still consider doctors to be up there.
Maybe if they were doctors.
So
No GTS.
So since you brought up societies, how do you think society affects those stereotypes?
I mean, society affects every stereotype. You could take one stereotype and be like, well, this is a good thing. Like, you can have nerds be like, they're smart, they're smart.
We're a lot more than smart.
You go into negative stereotypes as well.
Right, the negative.
No, I'm just saying, like, but there's also positive things.
Just smart.
Yeah, it's only one conversation.
If you're in a society where, being smart is valued, then you're going to be way up there. But if you're in another society where they don't really care about smartness, they care about, I don't know, looking good or whatever, then if you're a nerd, but you've got the smart, but you don't have the look, then you're complete crap. Basically, because you don't have the look.
Well, since you've been trying to say something on me like forever,
I haven't been trying to do anything.
you just been like randomly interjecting with people.
Exactly. No, you put things in side comments.
That's where my strong suit is, my side comment. I mean, as of right now, I'm still trying to gauge where we're going with this topic.
Like, how does, I'm, like,
It's only a small aspect.
That's what duration.
What is,
No.
what kind of relationship do you think status and intelligence has? Like, if you are a doctor, if you are of status, does that necessarily mean that you're going to be more intelligent? I mean, I feel like that's the assumption behind status, right?
I feel like if you don't have a certain level of intelligence, you would never get to that point where you become a doctor because it takes a lot of effort to get there.
Well, most of the time, arguably, you're born into that status.
You aren't a born doctor. You aren't born with a degree that says here's an MD.
Right, but your mother's education level is pretty much a direct predictor of your education level.
My mom graduated from high school. I am on my way to a bachelor's degree, on my way to
Right, and
med
like
school.
anything, there's exceptions, but it's the best predictor that there is.
generally, if a parent doesn't, because, like, the parent or a person that plays a role in a child's life, whether they be a blood parent but a person that plays a close role is usually a determining factor in what the child does. Like, if it's possible to become a doctor with no help,
I disagree with that
but,
statement. I disagree with that statement. I think you have to have someone who's going to be a mentor to you and is pushing you to get there.
okay.
Because
I mean, my thing is, when I say no help, I mean, like, you have teachers, blah, 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 blah. I think it's possible. I'm not saying it's just like the norm. It's what happens. But, like, if you really, really know, deep in your heart, that you're going to be a doctor, and everything is telling you that you're not, and you really want to be a doctor, it's possible to become a doctor.
What if you don't have the money? What if you don't have the support? What if you don't have that? Like, without my parents' support, without their, financially helping me, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Like, I really wouldn't, because I would have no way of...
What's your father's education?
He has a bachelor's degree in economics.
So do you feel that your parents' social status, and let's see if I'll just move it over to socioeconomic status. Do you feel that your parents' social status, in case their income level carries over to you?
Yes, it does. Because they're paying for my college education. They're paying for me to be at a certain level. If they didn't have that money, how was they going to support me? Like, yeah, you can get, it's a little bit easier here in the States. You can get student loans, there's so much
Even
more
with
options,
student loans, your parent usually has to co-sign for it, so they have to be of, certain financial standing.
But I said, like, you have a better chance here than, like, if you were in another country, let's say you were in Africa or Asia or whatever, like, any other nations, they usually don't provide those, the student loans and whatever. It's solely based on can your parents pay for you to go to college.
Do we know, like, the financial differences between countries in higher education? Like,
I only know a few
I
nations,
know.
because some countries, like, where they do provide, like, public, like, college, like, I think Germany is one of them. Typically, they have a much more stringent, like, placement exam style process, where it's like you take an exam to get into high school, and depending on how well you do, determines how good of a high school you go to, and you have to go to, like, a certain minimum level of high school to qualify in the first place to take the exam for college, and so forth. But aside from that, most countries don't really follow that process, and it is purely can you afford it or not.
right, but does every country pay, the equivalent of $50,000 to school?
Absolutely not.
I mean, you don't even have to be in Drexel, you can be somewhere else.
Right.
No.
That's your opinion, like,
But that education that you get here is education that you're supposed to be paying for here. I mean,
there's a reason we're paying $50,000. I mean, think about it, like, you're a psych major, right? Well, I'm a bio major, and we just got a new building, which is pretty nice. And, like, we got new equipment, we got, like, and the research that we're doing is phenomenal. Like, in my opinion, it is.
I was going to make a whole bunch of side comments, but in my anti-Drexel thing. But
I mean, we're all anti-Drexel at some level, but I'm saying I do like certain aspects about Drexel that, like, they do offer us certain opportunities that other colleges don't.
okay. But the thing is, Drexel is not the only university in the country, but a lot of them still cost a hefty amount.
right.
And, like, when you get into European schools, they cost around the same amount, some less, and then there's, like, a few countries that cost more. Not going into that, but then countries, like, outside of Europe, a lot of them, like, actually cost a lot less. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say why some schools cost less than some or whatever. I'm just saying, like, there are,
There's private education, there's some.
yeah, and there's differences in the cost. Like, it's not like it's $50,000 across the board, or like $30,000 to $50,000, $30,000 to $80,000 in every single country.
Hey guys, I just found a list of 15 countries and their education costs.
That's awesome.
And what are they?
Alright, so,
Top five.
Who costs the most?
Probably well.
Yeah, probably say.
Actually, I don't think the U.S. costs the most. I think somebody
It's
said
just,
the costs more.
well, I mean, the U.S. it says is
Oil nation.
13,856, as the U.S. has a range of higher education costs. The private education in the U.S. of average tuition costs $24,000, while public costs $7,000.
What do you guys colleges, so they look at.
That
Oh,
area probably
really?
being destroyed by the community colleges.
And
I'm
My
sure probably
community college
is.
is awesome.
No, but I mean, like, if you go all the way down to the bottom of the list, Denmark is $539.
$500.
Yeah.
Well, Denmark
who's trying to move to Denmark to go to college?
Oh, $596, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but think about it this way. If you get an education in America, you can use it in almost any other nation. But can you do that with other countries? An education from there, you really can't.
Right, like if you get a doctorate degree, like, or I mean.
Yeah, I get a doctorate, I can go anywhere in the world and start practicing, nobody's gonna question what I'm doing.
Right, but it's,
It's actually a really cool list. It says, like, the number of universities in the top 100 universities. It shows the number of those universities in this country. So,
Okay.
there are very highly accredited colleges in this country.
right, you can't always get, become a doctor in other countries.
But I'm saying, like, with an education in America, you have more perks than other nations. Right?
It's true. And if you get an education in another country and come to America,
You're screwed.
you're screwed.
Well, comparably, we might actually have equivalent opportunities, like on the land, freedom of brain, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we might, the opportunity of working hard to, support yourself perhaps is greater here than in other countries.
So do you feel that we sort of like chase after these social statuses?
Absolutely.
And why do you think we do that?
To chase after social status.
Yeah.
Survival.
I mean,
That's how I see it. I can't really
Yeah,
get survival.
survival.
Why do we do everything that we do? Survival. Why do we go to college? To get a good job. Why do we want a good job? So we have money. Why do we want money? Better survival.
Yeah, I think it's a hedonist thing.
I just want enough money to not have to worry about stuff.
Survival.
Yep. I don't need to.
Biology wins.
Right, but the whole idea, I mean, I feel like it's cliche, but like the money doesn't buy happiness thing, like.
Oh yes, it does. Money does buy
Right,
happiness.
the people that said that, who say that, have never been for it.
It's like, I don't know, I don't
know.
I don't think money can actually buy happiness. Yeah.
Certainly helps.
I mean, I wouldn't trade my happiness for money, but a
Like,
certain amount of money does lead to happiness.
there's a wonderful joke for that. It's like, money doesn't buy happiness, it just makes suffering a lot easier.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
As
Yeah.
far as,
Yeah.
as far as the money thing, like, okay, so, I'm not gonna get into it right now, but
Why not?
I think the whole American dream thing is BS.
Of course it is. It was invented.
Right, but I think,
You give a reason?
I'm totally on par with that. Well, we actually, in one of my classes, we talked about it. It's the American dream, right? Which means that if you don't live up to the American dream, if you don't become successful, it
You're
obviously
failing at
means, right, it obviously means that you're just not working hard enough, which is
But
just totally contrary to,
So like,
Yeah,
there's
but like
also
anything,
the part of it that
that's important.
they're like, hey, what's it? I don't know. With America, like one of my friends said it, this was actually a friend, about the American dream. They were talking about it in class, and he was just like, in a sociology class, no less. He was just saying that because his problem with the American dream is like, it just screws people up, because people come from all over the world for the American dream. Americans come, and like, but they don't really get it until they're stuck trying to pursue it. But he says that the whole point of the American dream and the thing that a lot of people figured out, and we look at them as failures, is because they realize that the American dream is unachievable for a reason. It's unachievable in design. It's supposed to make you keep going and reaching for something that you will never have. That's the whole point of it. So if you're going to keep chasing something, he used the analogy of, if you want a mule to walk, you put a carrot in front of its nose, making sure that it can't reach the carrot. It's going to walk and walk and walk for that damn carrot. But that carrot is never going to get closer. But that donkey, how far has that donkey walked? You get what I'm saying?
It makes sense, definitely.
Like, that's kind of his thing, and I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm, like, not a big fan of it. My thing is, like, I have my own personal dreams, as, like, kind of what I want to do, what I want to be, blah, 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 blah. And because of my personal choices, that has nothing to do with money. But, like,
I don't think, I'm going to totally disagree and say that what you want has nothing to do with money. I'm gonna take that stance and be like, there's certain things that you want, but you won't be able to get them without the money. I'm sure if you want.
What is it that you want to do?
Yeah, exactly. You want a nice house? You want a nice car?
I want to play.
You want to have a nice fit? You want a place to live? You need money for that, right?
But that's not what I want to do. That's not my end goal.
No, but you
That's
want
a
you
necessary
need
requirement
a
for
place
living.
to live. You need a place to live. So that still requires money. You can't say that that I don't need money. It's not.
I'm not saying that I don't need money. I'm saying that, like, with a lot of people, when you ask a person, what do they want to do? They'll say, like, take the college thing. Most college students want to go to college to get a degree, to get a job. They want, after they get that job, they want the big house, they want the big car, they want the family, they want all of that, right?
Which you want on a life is dependent on how much money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, I do realize that I'm going to need money. Like, I can't actually go out and chop down trees and make myself a house these days. I understand that. I'm going to need.
Well, I know. My biology teacher did it back in high school.
In high school, though.
No, he did it. Like his house, he built it himself.
Did he own the land?
Yeah, he owned the land, but he built the house himself.
Okay, but you get my point. Like, if at some point, like, my point is, I'm not going to be able. Okay, let me put it this way. I can't go in the forest and go like this and have myself a house that I can live in and I can fuck with. Otherwise, I would.
So your basic needs is what you're saying.
Yes, but like, the thing is, those are things that I need to.
No, this is funny.
Those are things that I need.
I'm gonna run a little bit.
Those are things that I need to survive. Those are like things that I'm trying to, like, that I'm doing everything
So
to
how
get.
important in your goal is your status?
Is my status as my social status or socioeconomic status?
Your socioeconomic status.
Socioeconomic status, I don't give a shit as long as I can eat.
Okay, what about your social status?
Yeah.
Social status, I mean, if we're going by like occupation, then it'll be like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to be, you know, like, this one's not really stupid, but like, I want to be like, when I get older, I actually want to learn how to shut up. So I want to be like that really, really smart, respected person that people go to. It's kind of.
But do you think your socioeconomic status is going to have an impact on physical status?
You don't need to make a lot of money for people about who you are.
No, but I'm saying, like, do you think that's going to have an impact?
Not too much.
I'm just asking in general.
No,
I'm not
I'm
saying
saying-
that it is.
I'm saying not too much. I don't think, no.
What is it that you do want to do?
What do I want to do? Several different things.
At the same time, or like?
Yeah. But they all go together.
Okay.
It's kind of like the short version, and it's going to sound really, really stupid. I've been saying since I was little. I want to
I
help.
think it's stupid unless you say it's stupid.
I want to help people.
Oh, we all want to do that.
So like,
Speak for yourself.
I don't want to.
You don't want to help people.
I want to help.
You guys are horrible.
It's like, well, he's a business student.
Yeah, he just wants to screw people over.
Speaking of which, my stop
Well, I'm going to be a professor one day. I'm sorry. I will help people in some way.
Because we got a business person and a professor, so those two guys are out.
So how do you want to help people?
several different ways. Like, I want to help people as far as why are we on camera?
Like mentoring or?
I do that.
If you don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it, it's not a big deal.
I mean, you don't have to say.
I just stopped this if you wanna, you kinda wanna break it up, I think move it over to something.
Just short version, I want to help people, and I do it several different ways. And like, basically, the majority of what I'm doing right now, I plan on doing for the rest of my life. Only thing is, I'm not getting paid for it right now.
Just get paid for eventually, right?
No, I just need to get my living taken care of. They invented those little stupid programs where you can go and people pay for you to do this and you do that. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like the guys have been very quiet. You guys need to.
that's because I'm here.
They just need to talk. I mean, like, we've been having conversations.
No, this has been a wonderful conversation. I'm glad that I don't have to keep talking.
And on that note, only shut up. Carry on.
Okay. Alright, so, I guess kind of changing it back, we had a nice little run on like college and hopes and dreams, and it was actually interesting. But, back to social status, I would say, we know that social status is defined by typically titles and kind of stereotypes that are brought with them. But, I want to move into sort of, into areas, kind of like why, I I've kind of mentioned before why people chase after statuses, but is it sort of
The alpha male.
yeah? Because I want to go to the topic you mentioned.
What's the deal?
So
I would be an alpha male.
So the idea of being
Yeah, I would be an
like
alpha male.
so the idea of
You
being
breed all the females?
Yeah.
Yay!
really gavel. Get that gavel. Anyway, so the idea of being alpha is, as most people probably know this, but it's sort of being like the top, the leader of a group. You're sort of, it's usually associated with like the wolf or the wolf pack, kind of the alpha male is the head of the pack.
Can we not use the alpha male?
But we do it,
analogy?
as humans, we do it very poorly. Look, that, obviously back in when we were hunters and gatherers, maybe that would apply to them. You know, you had the one guy, you know, he was very intelligent, very knowledgeable about the area he was in. He knew how to pick the best females, he knew how to present himself.
It's still very applicable. I mean, even in that household, the man is the head of the house still to this day, and a man in the professional world makes a lot more than a woman.
I'll get to that in a second. I'm gonna roll, y'all kind of step on it.
Finish your thoughts.
Finish before you
So,
die.
in any case, so back then, yes, the alpha male thing, I would say, was a lot more applicable than it is today. What a lot of people think of as alpha male nowadays, and I'm thinking of the majority, because you can think of Obama as an alpha male because he's the president. You can think of a CEO as an alpha male because he runs the company. The alpha male I'm referring to, which is probably the most popular notion, is the guy who gets laid the most.
Here we go.
And you have that guy there that a lot of men put this huge pride on, well, I go to the club and I get all the girls and all those losers over there, I'm the alpha male. And the thing is, he doesn't have to have a lot of money in some cases. He doesn't have to have the best clothes in some cases. I mean, there's variations. There's variations of this alpha male, and I find it kind of weird. Because how I define alpha male, I look at it from a biological point of view, like I just explained with the cavemen, the hunters and gatherers, and you know, also with the wolves, you know, that the women pick this male, the females pick this male to be the best, to raise the best young, you know, for her survival, for the survival of the family. It seems like now, the alpha male
aren't doing that anymore.
Actually, she's right. And now they seem to be doing that because he's just hot and he has a nice car and he can screw me good.
Alright, I'm gonna stop you.
And that's
That
not
was okay. Okay, on this whole little thing, you guys bring up an analogy that I think is like extremely overused because people don't seem to understand how the heck wolves work.
How
Like,
does it work? Enlighten us.
so the thing is, that's the first part of it, is if you look at a wolf pack, you have in the way that they run, tells you they run in their standing. If you watch a wolf pack run, you can tell who is what in the pack. The alpha male is always at the lead. Now, the thing that most people don't see about the alpha male, they realize he's just at the lead. But he does so much more than just make them run. He is the one that sniffs out the prey. He's the one that teaches everyone how to stalk out the prey. He earned his position. He is the best hunter, generally. If he's not the best hunter, in some packs, you'll see that when it comes up to the hunt, the alpha male will step back and let one of his other pack members come around him and lead to the kill because he knows that he is not in a position. The alpha male knows when to fall back when somebody else is more qualified than him. The alpha male is also the hardest working pack member because it's his job to ensure the safety and cooperation of his entire pack. So he's not just standing there like, hey, I'm the biggest wolf. He typically is. But he's not standing there like, hey, I'm the biggest wolf. This is why everybody loves me. And then another thing is wolves only have one mate unless their mate dies. Or, like, wolves are actually single mate animals. They have, they have one mate for their entire life. Like, every year, they mate with the same wolf. The alpha male is always with the alpha female, obviously. It's a couple. But they had that mate their entire life. One, the female or the male can take a new mate when the other one dies or is like completely gone, like disappears and doesn't come back to the pack for like 3 years or something like that. Then she may, if she finds interest. But the thing is, they only have one mate, and they choose that mate based off of their personal interest and their like what they want in the mate. Like, and they're stuck with that person. So it's not like he's the biggest and all the wolf chicks run to him.
Do females have like a reproductive readiness time, or can
Yeah.
they reproduce like at any time?
They have a heat cycle.
Yeah.
Right, but like when they get old, do they have?
Well, then they no longer
They're,
alpha.
they're mammals.
Their
So they-
estrus
Yeah.
their estrus cycles are different from. I forget the exact.
No, like honestly, if a wolf, like there's actually been cases or whatever where a wolf will have like, so alpha male, alpha female, right? Alpha male, alpha female have children. The oldest child, and the one that was probably trained under the father to be the alpha male. By the way, the alpha female or the alpha male can lead the pack. A female wolf can lead the pack. So the alpha male or the alpha female will become like the alpha pup. And that pup will train under the alpha male and watch what he does when he's really young or when she is really young to learn what to do. But like, so alpha male, alpha female, alpha pup. Something happens to the alpha male, he dies, I should say, right? Alpha pup grows up, becomes alpha male. The alpha female at that time is going to be his mother. His mother is going to fall back at some point, but he decides to take a mate. His mate will become the alpha female, and the mother will be the alpha, will just be the alpha mother, like the alpha male's mother. If the alpha mother decides that she has a full-grown pup now, like a full-grown son now, the son will probably be able to, well, the alpha female will have a kid. The mother will also be able to have a kid, like wolves keep reproducing. They can reproduce every year, but it all depends on whether or not they have a mate.
Even if they get old.
Huh?
Even if they get
Well,
old.
Yeah,
they're
like
mammals. They go through menopause if they live that long.
So the males don't choose another mate when they're.
Well, I doubt they'd actually live that long.
do you know how many people kill wolves?
Remember, we still gotta bring back to the people though.
Alright,
Well, let's go to
Is that I was comparing it to lions, and like lions don't live long enough to get to menopause unless they're in captivity. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Like the lion at the zoo, Finkel, she's a menopausal female. She has a mane. It's adorable.
Ears.
Just a beard, a woman with a beard. Bearded
They can have
lady.
it, but menopause.
So connecting backing up to people, I would say continue with what you were running on now.
I'm kind of attention to this is one you brought.
Yeah, I was actually done, but she was right on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right on it. Like comparing the alpha wolf to the common perception of an alpha male in our current society is just absolutely ridiculous. Like a lot of alpha animals, whether you're looking at bison, lions, wolves, whales, it's usually because the reason why that male is usually chosen is because he's the healthiest, he's the strongest, he's proven it in some sort of way, and the female's like, he's going to take care of me and the rest of my family. Now it's looked at least with people, they look at certain factors. Maybe they think the same way, some women, maybe they think the same way, but they're looking at the wrong factors.
I mean, evolutionary speaking, you want your child to have, the genetic disposition to be the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're a wolf, obviously doesn't apply to that, but whatever kind of animal you are, you want to mate with, whoever it is to give you the best, your offspring the best.
But it seems very effective at least in our society. It's like the best is
So we still have this.
his suit is very expensive. He's going to make a good father.
I mean, no, what
No,
about,
yeah,
I go after him.
Okay. One thing I would say, let's bring it to psychology. Step off for 2 seconds. Yeah, so help me out here.
It's a great group now.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
So what is their perspectives? I believe it's either one of them going down the list of perspectives, perspectives. It's not the evolutionary. It's one of them that says that like the survival like the survivalistic instinct in people. It's not the evolutionary, no. She just said evolution and got it in my head. But anyway, the point is survivalistic instincts, right? One thing, and women everywhere probably jump on me for this, so don't kill me until after you let me explain it.
Alright.
And not on camera, please.
Women are attracted to power.
Yes.
They are, but not. Let's rip on women because they like to report shit. So, women are attracted. Women are attracted to power.
Tony Montana.
In the past, when we had your hunter-gatherer, right? The most powerful man, like you wanted the power because you wanted to ensure certain things in your life, right?
That your kids are taken care of, that you're taken care of,
Yeah.
and that your kids have the best genes so that they can survive.
Yes, we wanted that. Now, if you look at what we evolved into, these creatures,
What society evolved us into, I would rather say.
well, we evolved society, so
But I'm saying,
we evolved society
Well,
evolved.
No, like one, just before you continue, we're the same animal that we were like 10,000 years ago. There's like,
We're a hell of a lot smarter.
no, we are not the same animal we were 10,000 years ago.
We've made certain changes.
there's like,
There's certain dynamics.
No, there's
like,
certain things that we
genetically, we're not very different than 10,000 years ago.
Well, I'm not talking about that.
Generation gets smarter and smarter. Like neurologically, we definitely keep going.
I
So,
genetically, we change.
absolutely.
Well, I learned something today.
Wait,
Cool.
even if you think about it, you need as a child, you need
Yeah,
the resources in order for your mind to develop, for your brain to make connections with itself, right, with different neurons. So back then, when you don't have that, people aren't going to be as smart.
With music.
Well, my entire comment was shut down thoroughly, thank you.
Wait, pause, everyone take a moment.
This happens all the time. Why do you always point them out? Make you seem like I'm a jackass.
No, you're not a jackass, you're our Steve's president, who we happen to love so much. Now,
We did love you.
Thank you. I feel.
So David's an alpha male now?
What?
So David's an alpha male now?
No.
Right? She likes
He's
to
in
point out.
that hour.
Oh, I see.
Let's move back to the whole like chasing power idea.
because my thing is, at that time, the way, and this goes into social standing as well, like, at that time, the hunter, like the guy that could hunt really, really well, he was a hunter. The guy that couldn't did some other shit. So, I'm just saying.
What else did he do?
Simple enough.
I mean,
Gather.
some people can hunt, some guys can
He did not do that.
gather fish. Actually, men did gather some of them.
No. He was making a reference.
No, I did say yes.
Hunt, gather fish, all of that.
Whatever.
Finish your comment, we're running miles too long time.
Okay, but like, the thing is, they, you did what you could do. And women would pick you off of that. And like, you, as a hunter, that came with certain things. You know, in like your little circle. Now, we don't have hunters as much. Like, I mean, just in general, like, everybody doesn't fall into either you're a hunter or you're a gatherer these days.
Yeah, we don't literally have everyone hunting their own food to survive.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm saying our occupations, I guess, have changed. And with women going to power things, what type of, like, our displays of power, and this goes for women too, like, our displays of power have changed. Like, there was the thing, like, the woman who is slightly sexist, but like the woman who, you know, let's just say weaved the best basket, she was prized as well, because she was good at her skill. Like, I'm just saying, like, everybody's attracted to power, but the type of power, like, what that power meant, and all of that changed.
So what is the display of power by today's standards?
Generally,
From our
like, the thing
No.
is, no,
Not for Rory. Trust me.
the displays of power is like, you know, like they said, you know, in our society, it is a shiny car. It is the big house. It is, like, shiny car, big house, nice suit.
Diamonds.
I do like this diamonds. No, diamonds, don't own any, but sacrifice I'm willing to have some, but I don't wear. Anyway,
saying
Yeah,
here,
fun
you
night,
know.
fun night.
Oh, that's fine.
You get what I'm
Bring it
saying.
to me later.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you my,
Continue.
No, it's just like power is like, we judge power differently, but we're still like the same creatures to an extent.
See, I think that I think that you're both basically having the same argument, like, I'm bringing it back to the alpha thing. In every group, there's an alpha male, there's a dynamic between all people.
Alpha female,
A hierarchy
we're not
of
to
some
get
sort.
the alpha female.
There are alphas.
The wolves were not
whatever group.
sexist, the lions are not sexist, well, actually, are, the women don't work.
Actually, that's incorrect.
I
At
know,
all.
I know, thank you.
Wait, but, so, like I was saying, what was I saying?
We have the same point.
Look out.
There's
Yeah,
a
you guys-
different, there's a dynamic, there's, hierarchy in every group, but regardless of where you fit in, you still want the most powerful person, so to speak. I mean, even looking at like mating strategies, right? People tend to mate or marry or however you want to judge it, and, humans, animals, whatever.
at the basic level, we are animals.
Right, I'm just.
By definition.
Definitely.
So, people tend to mate or marry into like one or two attractive classes, like either above or below themselves. Like people don't generally. That's why it's weird when you see people who are like really, really good looking with people who aren't good looking.
It is the eye of the beholder. But still, we judge other people when we see like someone, they're like, oh, they can do so much better
Continue
than
your
us.
comments.
Yeah, keep going. I like this.
I
Or
mean,
you can cut
I
it.
just kind of forgot where I was going
Okay.
with this, but
Then I feel
That
like,
is a ratio.
I feel like then you were kind of moving towards the idea of that especially the power that women chase now aren't good.
Yes,
I
I would say that, and again, I don't like to generalize it because it's not all women. Like some women do have a lot of good sense, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with a woman who chases a man for money as long as it's not the sole purpose. Like you definitely don't want a guy who doesn't have anything. You don't want him in such a low socioeconomic standard that he doesn't make anything, doesn't produce anything, doesn't try to excel or anything. You don't want this sexile being just standing there. What I think what a woman should chase is a guy who has some goals that will lead to some money, but of course look at him for more than just that money. And that also includes things that he spends money on, which includes like I've literally seen women that say, "Do not talk to me unless you have tattoos." I mean, yeah, sure, we're going to the whole preference thing and everything,
Hey,
but that.
with that, that's a sign of something right there.
It's just a sign. Well, I mean, but you have little trivial things. I mean, it'll go into that whole dynamic of, well, are we shallow or not? But I don't want to go too far into that.
But I think
But
it's
you have certain
right.
things that they choose a man for. That this guy, he just sits on his butt all day. Like I've seen literally women chase after guys who sit on their butts all day. They leech off their mothers. They leech off their friends. Well, yeah, he has tattoos, and somehow he managed to get a nice car. But they deem him as the best guy around. He's the best lover and all this stuff.
Side note to that, and I think the explanation for your whole thing is we're missing, to take it back to my favorite animal, we're missing the whole wolf thing. One mate,
I approve this conversation.
one mate for life.
BS.
It's almost unheard of in society now, in our generation.
It is, but my thing is, if you are not going into something with the mindset of, like, I'm a proponent for marriage, but I understand people who aren't. Like, just like, okay, no marriage, cool. But my thing is, people don't go into situations with the idea of, I want to see if this works for the rest of our lives. That's pretty much,
It's not gonna just work, you have to make it work.
What I want now is not going to be what I want in 10 years. It's probably not going to be what I want in 2 years. What I want now, what makes me happy now, I'm not looking for someone to be there for me for the rest of my life. Not yet. I'm not ready for that.
Well, everyone has a different level of comfort, preference, whatever.
but my thing is just the fact that as a group, we don't go for we no longer go for the long-term solution, the long-term situation, I'm sorry.
We're all about immediate present.
Yeah, exactly. So my thing is, if I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a little bored today. And then it'd just be like, hey, he's cute. I'm only going to use him once. Why not? Next one. But like, and he's a good person. No, but like, that's kind of the thought process.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm just saying, that's the thought process. Nobody really gets into it with the long-term thing. And then they start wondering why they're stuck in long-term with short-term.
Did you have something on that? No good? Did you have something?
Yes, you did.
No one's raising my hand saying, I think about these things.
I'm the one trying to get married around these
But
parts.
you brought up a good word. It fits a lot.
Hell yeah, I'm old.
You brought up a term. You brought up a term that has a lot to do with social status, especially in America. You said marriage.
Mm-hmm.
We can have a whole show on marriage.
Yeah, a whole show on marriage.
They should have a whole show on power. I like that.
It's time for
Power.
It's
work.
like, do you want to run it?
So I'm gonna run it.
Yeah, like Horatio's running this
You
one.
can leave.
Oh, that's all I can speak to right there.
Really?
It took him 20 minutes.
Not even.
I literally wrote like 6 points in a note card and said, okay.
Can I get married?
I'll email you. Who emails? Who do I get?
I want to do judgment.
Go to,
And we'll talk about it.
no, everybody pick a topic. Research, write something up, and you'll pick a week.
Awesome.
I'm totally fine with that. I encourage it.
Actually, my topic will actually run someone in marriage. That was
But yeah, like email
So you
me or go to
collaborate.
Facebook or
You want to do what now?
I want to do one like
Kind of running
how
doesn't happen.
What's the topic?
since we were
Millions of different conversations.
Anyway.
We got like 12 minutes.
we'll talk about it after the time.
Gavel.
But marriage. Let's make that a whole topic. We can briefly talk about marriage because it is a big.
It is a social.
At one time, it was highly revered. I'm only talking about America here. At one time, it was highly revered. It's like, you're married? That's awesome, you know? And now.
Or it was like if you're like 40 and not married, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it used to be.
And it was But now it's kind of half and half. Now it's like a lot of people still honor the whole marriage thing, and then you have a lot of people who are against it.
Against their what age?
I would
At
say,
every age.
actually, I would go as far as saying, well, it's not even really age specific. I would say gender specific. A lot of men don't want to get married nowadays. Like it's starting to rise.
Because they want to be able to screw who they want, when they want, however they want.
Incorrect. Now, well, actually, the correct, but not.
Yeah, no girls like that.
No, I'm saying like,
It's because of the ramifications of marriage.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It's a board grab.
Oh yeah, we were on this last week.
and we will do it again when we bring up the topic of marriage.
Sure. When you wanna.
I'm not a guy, but I was about to say what you said. Like, it has to do with, if this goes wrong, what happens?
Guys get screwed in divorce. That's just a thing in
But
America.
how are married people looked at today? Have you noticed that a lot of our grandparents, I would assume, is they my grandparents, if they're still alive, are they still married?
Yeah.
A lot of them?
My grandparents, I can tell you, I've thought about this a lot. From my grandfather is like a bitter, old, like unhappy man.
They care about
Which has been this way pretty much his whole life. I mean, gotten even worse in later years. But if divorce was societally accepted as it is today, when my grandparents were younger, when they could have gotten divorced, they probably would have. Because they, like, even though they've been together, like, since they're younger than I am, like, they love each other, they, you know, have this family together, but have they really been happy? Under the conditions that their marriage was today, yeah, they would have been divorced.
I'm going to ask this question, like, did they get married young? Like,
Very young.
very young, right?
They
They didn't know what they wanted. Like, that's what you did.
That's when you got
I know, like,
married.
that was back then, but
It was like
now the
16 or
trend has,
something. It was
now
like
the trend has
married.
changed.
Hey,
16,
go
are
back.
you kidding me? Who makes it to 16 before being married? Back in the day.
I mean, they're not
Oh,
that
I'm
old.
sorry.
When my grandmother, I think, was 18 or 20, and my grandfather was either 20 or 22. They're pretty far.
So my grandparents were around the same age as yours. Can we count this here? No, they weren't really younger.
I know,
No, they were around the same age as yours. And they're still disgusting to this day.
What do you mean, like discussing when you're in love? Or like,
Yes. They act like a bunch of college kids. We're like, ew!
But they might not have been that way their whole life. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things.
Yes, they were.
There's a
I've been watching them for the past few years, and they've been really gross. My mother and my uncle have been watching them for the past few years before that, and they've been really gross. So and then like, they had their first kid after the honeymoon phase. They got married, and then like 2-3 years later, they had their first kid. And so for almost anybody's memory, they've been really gross.
But I think that's gross. I think that's really cute. Like,
Old people doing shit together is not great.
well, I mean, that's their
Is this how society looks at old people getting married now?
Do people get married out of love or compatibility? And has that changed
That's
with
determined.
generations?
My thing
Well, I wouldn't
is,
say compatibility, I'd say love or social status.
social
Do you
status.
think you want to try, or do you think they get married to gain something out of the marriage? Like in the idea of...
It used to be
Yeah,
what
like-
marriage is
Yeah,
for.
like, what is it?
They're also looking
Dowry.
compatible, where
Not
now
dowry,
I
the, parents put the kids together, what's it called?
Arranged marriage.
There we go, thank you.
those things just so smart. And then start getting
Or
married.
you're cut off.
No, but I think that there's definitely something to say about arranged marriage, especially.
They're more successful than love marriage.
It's because it's that sense of compatibility. It's like today with the way that we're raised, we're all about love. We're all about healing. What feels good. Fall in love. Blah blah blah. But how much do we actually look at compatibility, right? And that's
I'm just gonna raise my hand again.
that's what marriage is. And I think I've learned that that's what marriage is.
I learned not to
know
use separate
Like I touched
words.
on that.
The way that I see it is you can fall in love, you can fall out of love. So with compatibility, but like,
Yeah, if you're compatible, you're compatible.
yeah,
You have
you don't fall in or out of it. That's just how it is.
I like to use the thing that a lot of people say, that marriage is a
Necessary evil.
Contract.
no.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. You
I
do
was trying to say
something.
marriage is a business transaction.
Yes, it is.
Now the thing is, there are multiple sides.
It is.
That's what it has been.
No, I'm just saying
For a
there's
long
multiple. I personally think there's multiple
You're-
sides to a business transaction. Like my company may very well work with your company.
I mean, prostitution's a business transaction. All
Sure. But like I'm just saying, it's
Everything's a business
multiple sides.
transaction.
That doesn't seem
Everything's
like
a contract.
All right,
I
so
think implied
marriage,
that.
that was a seamless transition from marriage to prostitution.
They have social status too.
No, but I'm just saying
What
like
is the status of the
as far as really
Escort.
No.
as far as like marriage being like a business transaction, I think of it as far as first off, marriage used to raise your social standing.
Yeah, you
What is it-
basically,
what is it do now?
stop being children.
Right.
What does it do now?
We used to be able to marry out of our social standing. Now that doesn't happen so much anymore.
Is this true?
Really?
I disagree with that. I feel like
I think we become more liberated.
Yeah.
You marry, you date, you fall in love with the people who you're surrounded by, and you're surrounded by people of the same social status as you.
I'm not gonna
Unless
lie, I
you're
think marriage is a
specifically in places where it is mixed. Not many of them want it.
Most of these people marry bums.
That's a,
Oh, shut up, stop being better. Stop.
It's true.
like, so you should, like, something brings up a fair point.
No, she does. Don't talk about him being better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smart.
And then,
I'm bitter.
well, I'm trying to get married. So,
But okay, how is marriage looked at now? Remember you said earlier it was social status, but how is it looked at now?
how is it looked at now socially? Like, you don't look up. No, it's really not looked at.
Some people do
Why
think
do you
that.
want to get married now?
Most guys look at it that way.
I mean, if you don't mind.
A lot of guys do.
Leave it there.
It's a long story.
Young guys.
Go to that.
About why you want to get married?
Yeah.
If you feel like you're ready, you want to be committed to someone for a very, very long time, or not so long.
Well, I'm actually already committed to that person without the.
Other person.
Without the contract?
No, he knows. Without the. I'm already committed without the third
That's what
party.
we do.
Let's put it that way.
It's like, by the way, we're married. Oh.
No,
Well.
I'm saying I've
Thanks for
already.
informing me.
No.
It's like, so how was that ring
No,
up?
I meant like, I'm already like committed to him. Like, I've decided and he's decided that like, yeah.
So you're not even gonna look at another person, like, not to think about it?
Yo, Rachel, you look nice. Like, that's
No, not
what that is.
Thank you.
Man, that would get
You
complimented.
did.
Oh, thank you.
My favorite tall person.
David, I love your necklace.
Thank you.
Really?
That was a
That was not alpha male birth.
That was already forced error.
I can do better than that.
That was a beta birth.
No, that was a gamma bird.
That was a gamma birth?
Wow. Give me a
Whoa. Going all the way to gamma. That's just rude right there.
Oh, please.
Okay,
So, I guess we
Yeah.
have 5 minutes left. What do you want to
Wrap it up.
with? We can just, I think this will be actually kind of funny. So let's compare what would make someone a beta male compared to an alpha male or a gamma male, which just got brought up.
Actually, that'd be a wonderful thing.
I think
Okay,
it's
first
beta.
off,
I would say
I've been
gamma
called a
male.
beta quite a number of times.
All right,
Or
ladies,
very
would you like to describe what a beta male is?
okay.
Man.
Do they even exist?
Go, Ryan.
If we're talking in wolves or people, carry on.
No rules. People talk.
You guys are talking.
Okay, a beta male, in my opinion, my view, in my whatever perspective, is someone who, like, has certain qualities, but maybe doesn't have all the qualities of an alpha male, but has most of them. And then a gamma male is, like, someone who doesn't have them.
But what is an alpha male?
What are those qualities?
I don't know.
What are
What are the
qualities?
qualities? Well, the qualities that I consider are different, like, than what
Yeah,
someone else
it's
considers.
going to vary from person to person.
Yeah.
But what are yours in particular? That's all I know.
I have a whole list of them, so it's
That's all I'm trying.
we don't have enough time to do
I
it.
was trying to compare it to other people here.
Well, okay, like, I think someone who has an education,
Mhm.
someone who has a good job, like, it doesn't have to be, like, making millions and millions, but has a decent job, someone who will be able to provide for a family. That's how those are the top 3 qualities that I see in an alpha.
Okay. Do you have different standards?
If I call him an alpha male, why not just call it a decent person?
Well, he said an alpha, described an alpha male, so I just did that.
I'm forcing the terminology.
For the record,
Do you have a different?
one alpha male does not represent the entire
No,
species of
wolf
wolf.
talk.
Just that fact.
People talk. Do you have a different set of
Oh,
standards?
better.
Do you have a different set of standards what you define as an alpha male?
I would say protect, provide, what else?
Conquer.
Oh, yeah.
Protect. That's the first thing.
No,
So it's like
protect.
protect, provide, and conquer.
Well, that's what I said, protect, provide, I didn't say conquer yet. It's on there, it's a little bit lower on the list, but it's on there.
I say protect, to provide, and to comfort.
Same thing.
Comfort.
Alright, so pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you have
That was better.
Do you think you have a different standard of what you would say would be your what you would envision as a alpha male?
Are we talking about like alpha males or like what we're looking for in a person? 'Cause I feel
I guess in this case it'd be what you're looking for in a person.
Because I guess
that I'm not looking for an alpha male because
Okay.
that to me is different.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, how I see an alpha male, I
That's
see this
interesting though. Also.
I see this frat guy who's just trying to be like the head of his frat. That's what I see an alpha male as.
Yeah.
I do not want that.
That's the most powerful person in their group. So I think is an alpha.
Okay.
In society, I think an alpha male would be like someone who's like has a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
is able to get whatever they want,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's how.
Confidence, there's
Yeah.
a factor that goes along with it. I mean,
And I hate those kind of people. I'll probably punch them in the
powerful,
face.
popular.
I'm with our.
Yeah, I don't like working people like that. I don't like
That's what I would consider an alpha.
Well, not everyone wants an alpha male.
I think a lot of people interpret arrogance.
I'm dating one.
A lot of people misinterpret
That's what
arrogance.
you're saying.
I think that happens a lot.
It does.
Anyway, so we have approximately 47 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to call it here. We can totally continue talking, but I have to stick to the schedule.
Biscuit.
Thank you.
Pineapple.
Chocolate.
Mango.
That's the Drexel Freethought Society.
We like food. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. Email, questions, comments, topic suggestions, anything you want. DrexFreethought@gmail.com. Goodbye. Dude.
Gorilla style.